Steve, the last couple of days we've been taking a deep dive look at Bosch's new Generation 6 AUTODOME, the 7100i PTZ camera. There's new camera options, new specifications, great new features, lots of new accessories, lots of new mounting accessories which we've been taking a look at, but there's also new powering options and devices to consider.
The camera still comes with the traditional power options, 24 volts AC, low voltage, the 120 mains power voltage. The camera comes out of the box with the ability to operate with 36 volts DC, and that will give the camera the ability to operate in some unique environments. Let's say the customer has a pole that doesn't have mains power pulled to it. They can, use a solar panel and a battery pack, and they can use a wireless point-to-point network device, and they can put a camera in that location and maybe use it to their advantage for that type of an application.
So there's also PoE. We have to consider the specifications now 802.3 BT. So if we're using a network switch, a media converter, those can come from third parties like AMG Systems, which we now represent. But there's also new PoE injectors from Bosch that meet that standard. And so, of course, there's new part numbers to consider for those PoE injectors. And there's a PTZ camera with IR and one without. The one without only draws 60 watts. So that's the PoE injector for that is the NPD 6001C BT. And then the camera with built-in IR is going to draw 90 watts. So we need the NPD 9001 EBT PoE injector for that camera.
One of the things that everybody needs to keep in mind out there in the field is, given that they are doing an upgrade from an old Gen 5 or older camera, the new camera will require a new PoE injector. The old PoE injector won't power the new Gen 6 camera. So right. They've got to buy one of those tower injectors that you talked about from there. You also sort of mentioned other third-party devices. You talked about AMG. They've got some pretty unique product as well. They've got PoE injectors, like standalone PoE injectors that are DIN rail mounted, hardened, that can go into that environment in a box along the perimeter or, along the roadway, along the rail, whatever you want to do with that. They've also got some really nice PoE media converters that they've got this new tiny little box that was kind of a hit at the last show we were at. Very small box that basically powers the 90 watt PoE to the camera, which gives it the unique ability to power that camera over a short piece of Cat 5, Cat 6, maybe from the bottom of the pole where you're connected to fiber, or at a location that's distant that you've connected to fiber. It just allows you to have one power device or one power feed to the camera from that small media converter. In addition to that, AMG has a full line of hardened switches and commercial switches. They have the options available for single high output, the 60 or the 90 watt, or multiple on smaller switches, and then multiple on the larger switches that are more traditionally put in a closet or in a rack application. So now that we've covered all these new mounts and all these new options for dome heads and all these PoE injectors and other things like that, when a customer needs help, how can they get help from us?
Yeah, we've rattled off a lot of part numbers. We don't expect you to remember any of them. Please contact us at support@midchess.com.